are now listening to Lauer Road Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Ha. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Let's get it.
What?
Whoa, at Tanagra when the walls fell, this is Dan. Coming at you another time for Lauer Road Radio with Jason.
Yeah.
My co-host, as always, Jesse's here doing what he does.
I'm back, baby.
King of the bouncy.
Oh, shut your phone off.
Sorry.
We're 4 seconds into the
He
show. Your
immediately
phone's
starts
ringing.
to ruin the show. Preston, podcast star. Preston, what's the name of your podcast again?
Simply Geek.
Simply Geek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good name. I should have remembered it. And he's the czar of information. On his podcast, he's the star. But on this podcast, he's
Of information.
he's the star of information. And Stella is on the ones and the zeros making the show happen. Jason, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic.
Yeah.
Not really. My life's a mess.
Yeah.
I got a lot of stuff going on.
Well, you know what? The great thing about the podcast is we're going to give you 15 minutes.
We
At least we're going to give you 15 minutes of a good show.
Well, it's going to be 15 minutes wedged into 52.
Yeah, the show is 52 minutes, but we're going to give you 15 minutes of good material.
Combined.
Yes.
Yeah.
So where you can just cast your care away, and just
Escape.
think about the simpler things of life,
Yeah.
like the Mount Rushmore of places to eat a hot dog. Go.
Toilet.
Well, that's one.
Baseball.
I'd say baseball game is
Yes.
hot dogs were invented at a baseball game. So
What? Invented?
according to Ken Burns Baseball, and I know he's a liberal, so
Yeah.
that's the kind of thing that a liberal would lie about.
Yeah.
Well,
they lie about everything.
yeah, they're in bed with big hot dogs.
Name of the episode.
Are you telling me liberals are in bed with big hot dog? Is that what you just said?
That's what I said.
Yeah. You
There's-
know what?
There were worse ways to say that. So
I got a couple. You want to hear them?
No.
He's writing stuff down.
The innuendo is enough. So
Okay, so
yeah.
liberals are in bed with big hot dogs.
Okay, that's. You know what? Once I said it, I realized.
There's no going back.
But I do believe that hot dogs were invented at a baseball game. So baseball game is number one.
So they just had like a meat grinder there at the game.
Well, what happened,
and
Jesse?
just-
You ready for the story?
I'm ready.
Here's what happened. Because it was a guy who was selling sausages. Okay.
As one does.
As one does, but they were just like sausages on a stick. That's how they would eat them. And he ran out of sticks. So he went down to the corner store and bought a bunch of bread and then just used the bread. Like, here, just hold the sausage with the bread. And the hot dog was invented at a baseball game. How American
That's
is that?
the most American thing.
So
I don't believe it. I think it was probably popularized.
Probably right.
Listen, Linda, sometimes my words don't come out the way I want them
English
to.
is not your first language.
No, it is not.
Baseball
I speak-
game. Where else do you gonna eat a hot I guess barbecue.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Yeah. Family picnic.
Just we'll
Or,
just say.
yeah, camp.
Oh,
fire.
okay.
Yeah.
So camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, camping.
That's the
a
George
big
Washington.
one. I mean, over here, this guy, he's he was like an Eagle Scout. He knows about camping, right?
That's me.
Were you an Eagle Scout?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Were
were.
you like the full spread?
Yeah, I did like,
how you had like bars or something, or
I don't
like,
know if I had bars.
I don't
but
know what it is.
I had like my Eagle, which was like the highest thing you can get.
Wow.
Yeah.
We set you up because I
Yeah,
thought,
I mean-
is Preston really going to brag about this? Like,
mean,
is he?
it
He's
happened,
trying.
like-
He's trying so
I mean,
hard.
to be fair, it happened like 10 years ago.
Listen,
so-
Sure.
the Eagle Scout is a major accomplishment.
It is a major accomplishment.
I went to Cub Scouts one day. I showed up and they start doing all these projects, and I'm looking at it like, this is work.
Yeah, this is not what I signed
I
up
can't.
for.
I just want to play video
Well,
games.
yeah. So,
So I didn't do Cub Scouts.
baseball game,
Yes.
barbecue,
Campfire.
If I swear, if we don't put toilet on here,
Well, what about your house?
sure.
Just Jesse's house.
oh,
Jesse's
just like at
house.
home eating a
Yeah.
hot dog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
just chilling at
I
home.
eat hot dogs at home.
Where else do you grill?
On a boat.
A boat?
Boating.
We're on a boat.
I don't know that hot dogs are synonymous with boats.
No, definitely not.
Easy, quick,
How about the pool?
delicious. Pool.
No.
What?
I'm not getting a hot dog at the pool.
You're getting pizza, aren't you?
Yeah, pizza at the pool.
Yeah.
Maybe a shredded chicken sandwich if I can get it.
I had 2 shredded chickens at the
What?
ballpark right before I came here.
Yeah.
They were out of hot dogs.
We got to come up with the fourth one. It is incumbent upon us to come up with the fourth. The
Like
Teddy
amusement park.
Okay.
Fair? No.
Oh, well, fair. Maybe
State
get a
fair.
State
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah,
I like state fair.
State fair.
Yeah.
So baseball game, barbecue, camping, state fair. That is why you listen to Lauer
That's
Road
the
Radio.
15 minutes right there.
There it is. That's the 15 minutes.
Good tune out now.
But while we were thinking, Jason,
First of all, if you enjoyed that 15 minutes,
you're gonna love this show. While we were thinking about the Mount Rushmore,
yeah.
Was the fact that your life is falling apart on the forefront of your mind, or did you kind of forget it?
Thank you for
second?
bringing it back up, by
Yeah.
the way. Yeah, I actually forgotten about
But I'm
it.
just saying that as an example to the people. Like, this is what we can do for you. Just listen to us on repeat. There's no limit to how much you can listen to a show. You can listen to it over and over again.
I gotcha.
Just start on episode 1 and go all the way to 90. I think this is 90.
Yeah, but for this episode, for me, I'd have to stop at minute 5.5 when you brought up the fact that my life's
But
a
you'll
mess.
forget again.
Until I hear it.
You're very
And then you're
forgetful.
gonna. I am very forgetful. I've always been forgetful.
I think. What do you
Therefore,
wanna
I
talk
am. Huh? I didn't actually come prepared at all.
You got stuff.
Hey, I got a thing.
Yeah.
Get out of the way. I was going to bring it up a couple weeks ago. So I'm laying in bed. It's like, I don't know, 2:30 in the morning. I wake up. Savannah's having a nightmare.
Wait a minute. Sorry. You're laying in bed
Yep.
till 2:30 in the morning. Are
Ah.
you sleeping?
I'm asleep.
Wait. Stop. You got to stop on that story before you stop on that. You got color on your screen.
I have to talk about this. This is one of the
WTF.
things I'm going to talk about.
Got color.
We're going to talk about it.
Okay. I'm sorry. You can stop on my thing.
We'll talk about my color on my phone.
Okay.
In a minute.
I'm sorry. You.
So-
I
So
know-
So I'm
you're
asleep.
you said I'm laying in the bed till 2:30. I'm like, that sounds like you're up.
No,
Like,
I'm asleep.
awake. You're
I'm
asleep.
asleep.
Okay.
No,
It's
if
like
you're laying in
2:30.
bed, you're awake.
I'm
laying
asleep.
In bed.
I think laying
I'm
in
asleep.
bed.
I fell asleep.
Mount Rushmore of things you do in bed. No, that's not right.
Eat hot dogs.
Good night.
There it is.
That was the last episode.
At 2:30 in the morning, Savannah has a night terror,
Night terror. I wake up and I hear her.
which we assume because she's married to you, it's a nightly occurrence. That she
Basically.
rolls over, kind of like hazily seat,
not the hot dogs in the bathroom again.
something like that.
So this is food related though.
Okay.
But Jason is in her nightmare.
well,
Oh, nice.
So
Like this Jason or the
You.
Jason?
in,
Oh.
in a minute, just I'm gonna put a pause on this for just a minute. I would like to do the Mount Rushmore.
Of Jason's.
No,
Oh.
of people historically
Okay.
who have been in other people's nightmares the most. Like Hitler is
Jesse.
going to be
Okay.
number.
Okay.
You see, Hitler.
No,
is,
listen.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Let's resume
'Cause-
that and we'll come back to that.
Because it might surprise you.
Do you got it?
All right.
Don't let it go.
Got it. All right. So,
So,
she has a
I
nightmare.
feel like this show ought to be called ADD or
fine.
ADHD.
It's one of the great things about this show.
Okay.
So I wake up and she's no, stop, no, and she starts crying.
Wow.
And then I'm like, okay. So I'm just listening, and I hear, no, Jason, no, and I'm like, Jason, who?
Mm-hmm.
What's Jason doing here? And then I hear, no, Levi, Jason, don't eat my mac and cheese. I gaff, just. And I go, babe, I start shaking her, and she's just still crying. And I wake her up, and I'm like, babe, are you okay? And she goes, yeah. And then she stops, and she goes, pregnancy hormones. And then goes back to sleep. So I asked her about the next day, and she had made mac and cheese in her nightmare.
dream, yeah.
In her dream.
It was a dream.
And
I mean,
she
making
left
mac
it-
and cheese,
yeah.
that's a dream.
That's a
yeah,
dream.
and she loves mac and cheese.
I did
Who
too.
doesn't?
Yeah.
Well, in her nightmare, you and Levi came in and you were just eating all the mac and cheese. And when she was like crying about it, Levi was like, okay, we'll stop. And he's like, hey, Jason, you gonna stop? And you're like, No, there's mac and cheese, and that was her nightmare.
That checks out.
Yeah.
I got a nightmare story, but before we do that, we'll do the Mount Rushmore of people throughout history that have appeared the most in other people's nightmares.
Fictional.
They can be fictional.
Okay.
That's okay.
I got one.
All right. I mean, we're talking throughout all of history. You know,
all of
so if
history.
it's a current person, maybe there's more people living today than ever before. So, it could be a Michael Myers.
That's what I'm thinking. Michael Myers.
That's possible.
Yep.
Joe Biden.
Ooh, that's pretty good. I'll bet he has appeared in a lot of nightmares.
Yeah,
I don't
this
think he
current
passes.
state of affair.
I doubt he passes Hitler.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. Could you repeat that?
The Mount Rushmore of people that have appeared in other people's nightmares.
Okay.
Like you've appeared in a lot of people's nightmares. Jesse has a lot.
Yeah,
a lot of
obviously. But historical
So
people.
can we?
Or
I was gonna like the boogeyman.
Well, the boogeyman's fine. Is he specific enough?
No, I'm
Is
thinking
there like a
dark, shadowy
Boogedy man?
boogedy man? Mm-hmm. Boogedy.
I think it's the boogedy man. That's a Seinfeld bit. Hitler.
You think he was actually
I
in the
don't-
Jews' nightmares?
Yeah.
Because he
I
wasn't
don't
the one
think
that.
just-
I don't think
wasn't
people
the
are
one-
dreaming about.
I don't
Hitler.
think just the Jewish people, but I just think Hitler is such a. I mean, when you see his face, I mean, he's such like and he's like screaming and stuff. It's just I could just see that.
Well, that was a cocaine
appearing.
and meth.
Well, whatever it was, it's scary, and I just see him appearing in a lot of people's nightmares.
Oh, Genghis Khan.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Genghis Khan. He's number one on my
Oh
list.
wait, I've got it. I've got it.
Okay.
I've got the George Washington.
All right.
You ready for this?
Yes.
Your teacher. You're in class naked. That's a nightmare.
That it wasn't always.
Yeah,
a
but it's not a
nightmare.
specific person.
Your teacher.
No, there's a lot of teachers. I want
Your teacher.
like Mrs. Davis. No, it's like I want a
Okay.
specific
No, I
person.
got you. I didn't.
We could do the Mount Rushmore of common nightmares, like falling, being
Naked.
somewhere naked,
Yeah.
running from someone,
Fire.
someone eating
Falling.
mac and cheese.
running from someone naked all at one time.
on fire.
While your teeth is falling out.
Oh
Yeah,
the
teeth falling out,
falling
that's a bad one.
a big
I have the naked dream sometimes, and it's always like, what is? I'm always just so. Why did I do this? And why am I not doing anything about it now? Like what is? And I'm just walking around. I'm just like, this is embarrassing.
I should probably put some clothes on.
Why? What is wrong with me?
See, I think my brain tries to make me have that nightmare, and it's just such a normal thing for me. Like, oh, cool. I'm naked in public.
Yeah.
This is great.
Not that big of a deal.
Yeah. I always wake up disappointed that I'm not in public.
That's why you're letting
But
out
you
Still
are
naked.
naked.
Yep.
All right.
You want to hear something really sad?
We haven't finished
Yes.
this round, Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, we
Hitler-
will. Just real quick.
Yeah. What's the sad thing?
We're not even at 15 minutes.
Oh dear. I was
Hitler-
hoping I would hear the music here pretty soon. I was preparing my Netflix.
Hitler, Genghis Khan.
Hitler and Genghis Khan. Those are
Yeah, but the
two
people are
big
not
ones.
dreaming about Genghis Khan.
Oh, if he was ravaging your villages.
If he was pillaging your villaging,
Yeah.
But how many are we talking about today? I'm not even sure what that means. Are we talking about today nightmares?
Just
Like on the planet today, what I would
everybody that's
say-
ever lived.
I would say people are having bad dreams about Donald Trump.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of people having nightmares about. I'll bet more liberals have nightmares about Donald Trump than
Yes.
conservatives have nightmares about Joe Biden.
100%. They hate
And they're
hate
scared of him.
They're scared of him.
Okay, we could put Donald on
I
this.
think. No, listen. Do I think that he's an evil man? No, I don't think that he's.
he's
evil.
imperfect.
Do I
He's
say
done
he-
things that are evil?
Do I think he's perfect?
Maybe.
Maybe I do think he's
Maybe.
perfect.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I haven't. I kind of think he might be
Donald Trump, great president or greatest president?
greatest. Checks out.
It checks
definitely
out.
over Abe Lincoln.
I do my research.
Did you say, "Hey, Blinken"?
Did you say, "Hey, Blinken"? Classic.
We're men, manly men. We're men in tights.
Tights. We roam around the world looking for fights. Whew. We may look like sissies.
Preston's all in.
Did you
on
ever
this
see that
one.
movie?
No.
Oh, that's a
Apparently
great
not.
movie.
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
No.
Dave
Mel Brooks.
Chappelle's in that, and he's
Oh,
really
I forgot.
funny.
I forgot
Dave
about
Chappelle's
that.
really funny.
Yeah.
Y'all say we landed on Sherwood Forest. Well, I say Sherwood Forest landed on us. And he has a moment where before the fight that he stops to pump up his Nikes or his Reeboks. He's like, hold on. But he's,
Yeah.
it's a good movie.
What are we doing, Mount Rushmore? Scary nightmare people.
Genghis Khan, Hitler.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. I like Donald Trump on this
Mao.
list. And Mao Zedong.
Yeah, but these are just evil people. People are not having nightmares. Today, I'm thinking today.
Ted Bundy.
What?
Marilyn
Maybe.
Manson.
But that's
Marilyn
still,
Manson.
I would say
He
Elon
is
Musk.
a nightmare.
Elon Musk. Neuralink. Taking over the world. The Matrix.
You think people are having Elon Musk nightmares?
Yeah. More than Genghis Khan. This year in America.
I'm not talking about this year. I said all time. Historically.
Well, there's a billion Chinese people.
That's true. So what are the Chinese most afraid of? Democracy? So maybe it's George Washington.
Good driving.
Cats that can fight back.
Good cats that can fight back. All right.
That's an underrated comment. I'm going to say that
Why
right now.
why do you have to say it's underrated? Like, why do you just assume?
Because we didn't laugh out loud. We chuckled.
Oh, I see.
If we should have hit the floor on that one.
It deserved a guffaw. I think.
No, I'm telling you, but that's what was underrated.
Uh-huh.
That was a great comment, by
It was
the
a
way.
great comment. Caught us
Thank
off
you.
guard. Subtle.
It was
Ooh,
subtle.
That's
like
what
a
happens when
ninja
I'm not here
comment.
for a while.
Yeah.
You'd be here all day.
Oh, thanks. My joke was good too, guys. I
All day.
appreciate
I
it.
I don't even
listening.
remember it.
I said good driving. I said good driving. Okay, that was good too.
Okay.
Preston's not
I'm
funnier
sorry.
than me.
So
Jesse had something funny too.
let's
Thank
get
you.
let's get to the fact that my phone is
color.
in color.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
So I've been black and white since the fall. I think October.
long
Maybe
time.
it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Here's what happened. This weekend, Michaela and I went on a backpacking trip together. She, for her like senior trip, I did it with Levi. And she's like, "I'd like to do that." I was like, "All right, let's do it." So we loaded up, got our backpacks loaded up, and we hit the trail. But I have this app that's called All Trails, and it's a great app. You can even if you're off of like cellular service, it can still like GPS track you. You can download the map, and then you can. So if you get off of the trail, because sometimes these trails aren't well marked, and
Yeah.
if you get off the trail, it lets you know. But the problem is it's so color oriented
Yeah.
that I just needed to turn the color on. So I turned the color on, and I have not yet turned it off because
This is amazing.
And every time I look at it, I'm like, man, was it always this bright? Like these colors are like, it's like I'm doing LSD or something.
Yeah.
It's just so like vivid.
Yeah.
But I am gonna like look at that. I mean,
know.
all these colors. It's like, was it that colorful before?
Yeah.
So I am gonna go back to the black and white, but I have not pulled the trigger yet because these colors.
That dopamine hit.
I know
It's
it is.
getting
That's
ya.
what's happening.
Yeah, you get that
so
dope.
I should do it right now, but I don't remember how.
He's doping up.
So, anyway, so that's happened. I did go backpacking with Michaela, and I actually had my own nightmare. The whole backpacking experience, it's hard. It was hot outside. Much of the trail was so kind of grown over that you're literally kind of like walking through trees, and so you're picking up all sorts of stuff. I walked in the front the whole time, which means spiderweb,
yeah.
like
Did
nonstop.
you have the stick thing?
Yeah, but then it's just like whatever, just let it happen. So there's a lot of things about it that are like kind of rough, but I kind of like all of that. It's fun. It's like really hard on your muscles and everything.
Yeah.
The one thing, if I could fix one thing about the backpacking trip, it would be the sleeping on the ground.
Yeah.
Sleeping on the ground is just.
Why'd you bring a hammock?
And I have a hammock, but honestly, it was so much heavier than my.
A little nylon.
I'm telling you, Jason, every ounce counts. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
but you slept for 8 hours on the ground.
I know. Trust me. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about dumping a lot of stuff so that I can get that hammock next time. But all night long, I kept on having, every time I would sleep for like 20 minutes at a time. And while I was sleeping all night long, I kept on having this dream. And in the dream, I don't know who I was with, but I would walk up to this bed, and I was also cold. And I would walk up to this like warm-looking bed with all these covers. It was so soft, and I would be like, "Why can't I sleep here? Can I sleep here? No one's sleeping here." And I was like irate. I'm like, "I just want to. Nobody. Can I just sleep in this bed?"
Yeah.
So all night long, I'm having that dream, and it was kind of miserable. It was the sleeping situation was bad, but we had fun. We got out there, we did our thing, and conquered Lake Vesuvius is where we were. Yeah. It's Bigfoot country.
Yeah.
And or the Ohio Grassman.
Was it the Sasquatch Triangle? Like Chillicothe?
It was like close. It was south of Chillicothe.
Yeah, I know where it's at.
Yeah.
I've been there.
It was close to Kentucky.
Yeah.
It was what's
We-
that national forest that's down there? Wayne.
Wayne.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
in the Wayne National
We
Forest.
camped in Wayne.
Yeah. So
Honestly, listen, We have a
Listen.
picture of it. Stella, look at Stella.
Okay, I'm looking.
She's verifying this. Get
Yeah.
the camera on you. Okay, like look at the camera. Stella, look at the camera. Did we not see a Bigfoot print?
There's a lot of crazy things that happen.
Yeah, and also she needs a.
She said there were a lot of crazy things that happened.
Stella, tell the story really quick.
I don't know if this is gonna.
Make it work.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Okay, so first there was the footprint that we saw, and it was very rainy, and this was by like a creek, and so it was very recent, and you could see toes in it too, and it was big, I mean,
and it was November.
yeah,
So it's cold. There was nobody else out there. We were the only people out there.
yeah,
Yeah.
So it was just crazy. I don't understand. There was nobody else out there with us either. We
Yeah.
would have heard this person at some point, but that all happened, and then later in the night, you guys had left to go get stuff from the van or something, and then I think it was just me and this other girl alone in the tent. And we were kind of freaked out. We both had to go to the bathroom, and so that made it so much worse. But we heard I think it was yelling, and we heard it from the other direction that you guys came from, and we thought you guys had walked around to freak us out. And then we asked you guys when you came back, you didn't say anything. And we also heard growling too.
Yeah.
And that was also terrifying.
Yeah.
But it's I have no idea what that could have been. I seriously thought it was you guys. It sounded like you.
Yeah. No, because it's bear country. And so what we did was we had a bunch of food. We did a fire. We took all that food back to the van to lock it up because we didn't want the bears to get it. The van was probably a 2-mile hike. It wasn't super far, but we were pretty far off the trail. Maybe a mile and a half.
And how old were you, Stella?
a couple years ago.
It was middle school.
Well,
To your middle school daughter
Yeah,
and her
it was
friend
fine.
in a tent where you hiked 2 miles to
So-
the van because of bears.
Was
in,
it a
in bear country.
It was
In
a bear.
hindsight,
It was a bear print though, right?
no. Listen, it's on Instagram. We got to find it.
Okay.
It's at least my size of a footprint. It's not a bear.
All right. I guess I have to believe you. What do you got to talk about? Do we have anything to tie up? Did we wrap up all of our
I
loose
do
ends?
have one thing to say.
Yeah, let's do it.
You should have just talked to me about backpacking and hiking.
Yeah.
Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You're an
I,
Eagle
I,
Scout.
I have a really lightweight hammock. You could have.
Yes,
had.
they're tiny. They're like
Yeah.
3 ounces.
Yeah, it's very small.
I'm nervous that I'll break
it. In Dan's defense, though,
Yeah.
when we look at you, we don't think I should ask this guy for advice on the wilderness.
I mean, you have a
That's true.
That's like looking
You
at
have
me
a
and being
geek
like,
podcast.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's like looking at me and being like, I should ask that guy about dieting.
But you should because you're doing. Pretty
Actually,
good.
nobody
I'm
knows
doing
more
pretty good.
about it than you do.
Yeah,
That's true. You just do the opposite.
Just do the opposite. Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah, I'm looking at my notes. So,
Okay, sorry.
well, this is just a side thing.
That's fine.
I think I bought a little. I know I bought it.
Okay.
I actually stole it from work.
Okay.
That story changed so drastically, so fast.
I'm trying not to lie. In general, not always. Little notebook, little spiral notebook that flips over. Mm-hmm. I stole it from work to bring it home. I'm gonna start carrying it around with me everywhere, and I'm gonna start writing stuff down to talk about.
That's a good idea.
Because there's like 8 things a day that would be gold,
Gold, Jerry.
but my memory is horrible,
Yeah.
and I can't remember them.
They should create a device where you could do that electronically.
I can't.
No.
I've tried. I know we're on a shared notes thing. I try. I can't do it. I have to write it down.
So here's what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
But I want to tread lightly because this is not the basis of it is not funny. So we won't talk about the specific crime, but we do want to give a shout out to Ray Grogan. And we want to say, Ray, you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
We're proud of you. We're proud to know you. You can come back on the show whenever you want and go get them.
Yeah.
That's what we say.
Long story short, a man allegedly did a very bad thing.
Yes.
Right?
And Ray's taking him down.
Ray's taking him down, and he's all over the place. He's
And
at work the
He's
other day.
on television. They're interviewing him on television.
We were at work at lunch, and I'm sitting there, and Ray Grogan is on the TV.
And I'm like, what?
And I'm like, I've got Ray's number.
know that
I
guy.
could call him right now.
If it was live, then
And he like looks down and he's like,
oh,
jeez.
God.
So,
Hey, Ray, I see you.
what's up? Say hi to Cabot Ray.
Hey, give Lauer a shout out.
Tell Mona Scott I said hi.
Hey, Where's Doug Adair?
Football Friday night. So Ray Grogan has been on television multiple times because of this, and he looked good on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Better than
He's
he does
looking
on Lauer
fit.
Radio. He's looking fit.
He's wearing a suit.
He's wearing a suit.
Yeah.
He's very official.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I'm like, we know that guy.
Yeah.
And he's doing important things.
Yeah. Someday.
And he's also been on our show, which is an amazing thing.
I'm telling you right now, I think one day he's going to be in Congress.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Or actually,
And-
I don't want him to be in Congress. I just want him to prosecute congressmen. That's what I.
Yeah.
He could do more good by just.
When I said in Congress, I meant in Congress prosecuting.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the head of the legal department, the DOJ?
Matlock.
That's not funny. Don't joke about Matlock that way.
Ben Matlock.
The best Matlock episode ever.
Okay.
You ready
I
for
gotta
this?
Get a gray suit.
I love a gray suit.
Yeah, he could rock the gray suit. Ben Matlock.
Ben Matlock?
Man.
The best Matlock episode.
Bum down 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 bum bum bump bum down 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 and now got to
With
resolve it
with Conrad.
Do 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 do. Wow, that was the intro song
For Matlock.
for Matlock.
Yeah.
That was the
good.
longest 10 seconds of my life.
Yeah. Do. All right, continue.
The best Matlock episode ever is there was a college classroom and they were trying to come up with the perfect murder.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. And then
And then
someone.
they decided to do it.
Yeah.
The perfect murder.
That's
and
the problem.
Do you know the perfect murder weapon?
An ice pick.
Ice pick.
It was an icicle.
It's always an icicle.
Yeah. Because when it melts, there's no murder weapon, no fingerprints. It's fantastic.
It's a good.
So if you have
have
listen,
to.
If you have to,
Sometimes you do.
we're not threatening anybody.
No.
Not yet.
No, I mean
If you had an ice pick and you were in a room alone with the dictator
baby
of
Hitler.
North Korea.
Oh, huh?
What's his name?
Kim Jong
Jong-un.
Un.
Kim Jong Un. And you're in a room alone with Kim Jong Un and you got an ice pick. What are you gonna do?
I said, hey, you want to lick this?
Right in the neck.
Oh,
Right in the neck.
oh, I got you. No, I don't think I would kill him.
I'd probably
wouldn't
try
kill
to
him.
work out some kind of deal.
He's
like
the
you
guy.
would bargain
He's the guy that went golfing.
a peace treaty.
Did you hear this story?
No.
Yeah.
He went golfing.
shot an 18.
And he shot an 18.
18
Literally.
under.
No,
an 18.
Like 18 strokes.
A hole in one.
A hole in one on
Yeah.
every single hole. It was amazing. The assumption is that he would hit the ball and then he would, not really pay attention. And then the guy would just drop the ball in the cup. And then he'd be like, I think you got it again. He's like, I'm great at this. Like I am at everything.
Can you imagine?
Oh, I saw good.
I think that was more Chinese.
Yeah.
Is there a
maybe
difference?
Ukraine.
Taiwanese.
Yeah.
Is there a difference? Yeah. North Korea is more like, oh, ha, ho. And South Korea is like, hey there, how you doing, fella? I don't know what I'm doing there. I was just going for a Southern accent. Had a whole thing.
That wasn't even.
It wasn't fully
southern.
developed.
No, but the bare bones of that joke is there.
The structure of it is solid. I'll stand behind the structure
You
of
could
it.
build on that.
I got a good
Well,
joke.
that's a good foundation.
You ready for
Okay,
this one?
Yeah, I'm all yours.
Superman. Remember the old Superman cartoon?
Yeah, sure.
And remember, like, whenever he would show up, there'd be like the first guy, and he'd be like, look, a bird. And the next guy would go, look, a plane. And the last guy would go, look, it's Superman. What was the first guy so excited about?
Yeah. Oh, a bird.
Look, a bird. It could have been like a bald eagle or something.
This guy just every time he sees a bird, he's
look,
just
a
so
bird.
excited about it.
Hey guys, look! There's another bird.
Look, a bird.
There's another bird.
Just this guy with the birds.
Guys, there's birds everywhere.
By the way, it's Superman. It's not even a bird.
Well, even plane. Look, hey, a plane. Hey, look.
I mean, maybe
Look
a
up
plane.
there. There's a plane.
Maybe in the 1930s when that cartoon came out, a plane might be more like, hey, it's pretty cool. You don't get to see a plane every day.
Wow.
I mean, if we
That's a
wanted,
plane.
do you think you could see a plane every day if that was your goal in Marion,
Oh,
Ohio?
yeah.
100.
Yeah.
I
If you
see a
just-
plane every day.
You do?
Why? I work over by the airport.
No, well, there you go.
Saw a helicopter.
That's exciting.
But in someone's yard. Like a personal helicopter. Oh, yeah. That's good.
I'm like a Foley artist.
I'm like a Foley artist.
Do you know what a Foley artist is?
No.
You know anybody?
that makes the sound effects for
Yeah, it's a person that's like
Oh,
holding something. you know.
No, I thought you were like full. As,
I'm never more generous than when I'm at Kroger
yeah.
and the person in front of me, I'm close enough to know what's going on.
Yeah.
And the cashier asks them, "Do you have a Kroger card, a number?" And they go, "No, I don't have one." I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take care of you there. Let's just put in we'll just do my number. No big deal. Everybody wins.
Yeah.
I get the points,
Oh, you
so
get
I can
the points.
save money on gas.
They get a
They
discount.
get a discount.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like a perfect.
Yeah.
The cashier looks at me like, "Look at this guy giving out his number." You know, I mean, everybody wins,
Yeah.
and it makes me feel great about myself, which I like that when I feel good about myself. I like to feel good about myself.
But you like to make yourself feel good.
I like make myself feel good about myself. I like it if other people make me feel good. Like I just like feeling good, you know.
I just want to.
Strangers,
Yeah.
you know, compliment me. I'll take it. You
You
know,
know, my favorite part of Hot Rod is when they introduce themselves.
Yeah,
and he's
I like to party.
I like to party. I like to party.
No, I'm the one that likes to party. Hot Rod, underrated movie. You talk about an underrated
Dude,
movie?
Hot Rod is it.
Hot Rod is
Hot
totally
Rod is
underrated.
fantastic.
Have you
I
ever
like
seen
to
it?
party.
I think so.
It's a good
It's
movie.
very
it
good.
holds up.
We're talking like early 2000s.
Yeah.
Danny
yeah.
McBride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm not going to do this. Okay. I'm not going to do the thing where we just talk about the movie and why we
Hey,
like
did you guys
it.
ever
and the
see
scenes.
Anchorman?
So there's a scene where they're like fighting each other. It's hilarious. I love that scene. We're not going to do that.
Paul Rudd's in
So I'm all anyway. He is in that, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm very generous in that situation, and it feels great. What you doing?
Hey, look, a bird.
Hey, it's a bird.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It just hit me.
You know what? That's what.
Okay,
this
what were you
whole
saying?
thing is
I'm
about.
sorry.
I wanted to know if you saw. I should have sent it to you, but it wouldn't matter because you wouldn't have watched it. But
Well, you send me everything in black and white, and I'm not doing. I'm not watching black and white on my phone.
that's a good point.
That's how it works.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Preston, Jesse, maybe you've seen it. There's this new classic SNL sketch that's out there. That's like it's like the new cowbell. It's the Beavis and Butthead skit.
Oh, with Luke
Oh,
Bryan.
yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
You've seen it? Have you seen it?
I think so.
Okay.
I
Have
think.
you seen it?
No.
It's Ryan Gosling and another guy, and I actually really like the concept. I think the concept is very funny. I don't think it's like the best, but it's actually a pretty funny concept. The concept is that there's an interview, a news like heavy topic kind of interview that they're talking about, and it's one of these kind of like round table where it's like the interviewer, the person they're interviewing, and then there's people sitting around like close. You know, it feels like town hall kind of thing. And he starts answering the question, and he looks up, and behind the lady asking the questions is a guy that looks exactly like Beavis from Beavis and Butthead. And they have the makeup on. He looks just like him. And he's like, "I'm sorry, this is just distracting." And the guy's like, "Oh, I didn't mean to be a distraction, you know." And then he's like, "Just switch seats with somebody." He's like, "Okay, all right, let's move on." And he looks up, and the next guy looks like just like Butthead, and then they're sitting next to one another. It's actually a pretty funny idea. I like the idea. I think the concept is very funny. And played right, I think it could be hilarious. And the makeup was very good. They looked like Beavis and Butthead. But everybody's breaking character. And the reason people are loving it is because the girl started to just laugh. And every time she would look at them, she just couldn't control herself. And she just kept on laughing. And I'm like, it just wasn't funny. I mean, I understand that she's laughing.
Yeah.
And whatever, this is a friend of hers that's dressed up like this. But it's just like they're talking about like, oh, this is the next classic SNL sketch. And it's not.
Jimmy Kimmel laughed in every.
Yes. And Jimmy Kimmel laughed in the cowbell sketch.
Yeah.
Sketch?
Sketch.
That was a little
that's
sketchy.
You know.
He laughed in that one, but it wasn't like the whole thing. And but by the way, that's Jimmy Kimmel. That's
what he does.
Who he is. Have you seen the Family Guy Jimmy Kimmel thing?
No.
He's like beating Jimmy Kimmel up because he laughs and everything. It's pretty funny.
As he's laughing.
So I don't know. It's annoying. Now I have not admittedly kept up with SNL over the years. The last time I watched was a long time ago. But it just I don't know. I just wanted to get. Did you think it was funny?
I mean, they looked funny.
They did look funny.
But it was really like I feel like not much was said without.
Yeah.
Not a full sentence was said.
because she was laughing the whole time.
The content wasn't there.
Yeah. The premise is very good because what was funny about it was that they were unaware that he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Beavis and Butthead. The guy's like, Beavis and Butthead, like you look just like them, you know? He's like, I've never seen it. And he talks like a normal guy. He's like, listen, I don't want to be a distraction. If you need me to move, I'm happy to move, you know? So that was funny. It's actually a pretty funny concept.
They cut and then they do the Beavis Butthead talk?
I stopped watching it because they just kept on laughing.
Mid-sketch.
They just kept on.
So you didn't even know if it came back around?
I don't really care.
Maybe it circled around.
No. No. And she's not funny, by the way. Whatever the girl is. Do you know what her name is?
The girl.
Look her up. The girl that was doing the interviewing. And Kenan Thompson was in it too.
Who's
been in SNL for 75 years, and he's never been that funny.
No.
Like,
he's a token black guy.
He's mildly amusing.
Yeah.
He's quirky, or he's talented.
Yeah,
I think he's very talented.
Sure.
He's a guy that's like good to have on the team or whatever, but I don't get the deal. Like, I don't know why he's that funny.
Today's Tim Meadows.
He's not as funny as Key and Peele. Those guys are.
I've been seeing a lot of their little skits. I saw one today where this guy's like, it's like the perfect plan to rob a bank. He's like, all right,
Yeah, that's
so we're gonna go in, we're gonna apply. We're gonna work there, and then we don't even have to do anything. They just deposit the money into our account. And then after 30 years of doing that, we just walk out. No one knows it's there. And the guy's like, "You're talking about a job."
That's a funny one. I just saw for the first time the racist zombies. Have you seen this?
That one's good.
That one's tremendous.
good.
They're in this neighborhood and there's these zombies coming at them, so they start running. They realize none of the zombies want to get them because they're black. All the zombies are white. And there's the best part is like there's like a car. They're walking by the car and the zombie's like, and he like locks the door. He's like, why are you locking the door? Man, these are some racist zombies, you know?
That's funny.
It's really
That's
funny.
funny.
And when he just that moment when he locks the door, it's perfect. It's like, oh man, that's really funny.
It was
all right.
Heidi Gardner.
Heidi Gardner,
Yeah.
whoever she is,
Never heard of her.
but not that funny.
Netflix?
We could do the Netflix suggestion of the week. It seems like about time to do the Netflix suggestion of the week. I have to suggest something my mother-in-law said to me. I don't have to.
I was going to say you get
I
to.
can do what I want.
But you get to.
But
Netflix, watch these shows of those. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Netflix, watch these shows with
Idiots that work with
us.
me about houses keep calling me Shane. Either Shane or Uncle Danny from the skit. Or Unk. Now they're just abbreviating it to Unk. Can't get away from it.
fire them.
One of them I kind of did. Say he wanted to work this week, and I said, nope.
Nope, not you.
You call me Unc one more time.
Jason, everybody's got to watch something. What is it that you've been watching?
Can you interpret what that says?
SM3,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Shake malt.
No, you're way off.
I don't know.
Okay, on YouTube, I stumbled across gaming records, like world records.
Oh,
Gaming.
okay. Oh,
So,
sure.
Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah.
Okay. I watched, it was an hour and a half.
Summoning Salt. Is that the guy?
I don't know.
Okay.
I
I'll
don't
bet
know.
it's Summoning
I
Salt.
think it was, you sent me the Tetris one.
Yeah.
It's the same guy.
Okay, yeah. Summoning Salt. This guy's amazing.
Yeah, he's really good. So
Yeah.
I watched the Tetris one.
Which is, by the way,
Listen.
just stop for a second. The Tetris one is freaking crazy.
It's crazy.
It's
crazy.
nuts.
When they roll the controller over,
when they
it
start
was like
doing
next
that
level.
thing and they're
Yeah.
like wearing gloves and stuff. These guys,
Yeah.
it's like blows. I thought you were good at Tetris.
I was good.
You're good at Tetris in the way that's like you're like the guy at the local YMCA that's
Who's
good
like-
at basketball but could never play even like Division 3.
Right.
You know,
Right.
these guys. These guys are. This is the dream team. These
Yeah.
are the best of the best.
Come
This
on.
is Michael Jordan, Larry
Yes.
Bird. These
Yeah.
guys are. And the one dude, the white guy,
The white guy.
Larry.
you know, there's he was great.
Yeah.
He was like the 10-time world champion.
What's with the tap? What's the quick tap? What's that called? Speed tap.
The speed, whatever that is.
Whatever that
Yeah.
is. Rapid tap or whatever it
Yeah.
is. But it's like very few people can do it. and there's like a handful of guys, and they were doing it.
They can just tap the thing so fast that they can get it all.
But at kill screen number 29, you can't over tap 29.
Mm-hmm.
And then they figure out this roll technique, and then it went to like 200.
They hold the remote upside down.
Yeah.
And then they put their finger on the button.
On the sideways button, and then they roll the controller, and they
so
bounce
every
it back
time they
and
bounce
forth.
it 4 times, it's like hitting the remote 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's like
They could tap
faster
it back.
than you could do.
Yeah.
It's anyway
nuts.
It's when he's on that screen and he was like, and this is what level he got to, and it just kept on going further and further over. It was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
It was amazing.
You have to watch
Summoning
it.
Salt, and so you watched the Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah, but so there's multiple Super Mario's 3. The one I watched was the 100%, meaning every single board.
Yeah, that's the one I like.
Not the warp.
I don't care for the
speed.
warp
Yeah.
cheating stuff.
No, not the cheating stuff.
Yeah.
Did you watch this one?
Yeah, I've watched them all. They're amazing. I've
It's
watched.
fantastic.
Wait a minute.
Did you watch
I've
Mega Man 2?
Yes. I've watched everyone that I played. If it's a game like Ninja Gaiden,
Is Mega Man 2 good?
yes, Jason.
Listen.
Jason, listen. Shut up. You shut up right now. Mega Man.
I just didn't like Mega Man 2 as a game.
I loved Mega Man 2 as a game.
I thought 1 was
You're
way
talking
better.
Woodman. You're talking.
Listen, I did like Woodman.
You're talking Airman.
What?
Airman is better than Gutman.
Come on.
Okay.
Are you guys confused what podcast you're on?
He said, I feel like this is my
Oh,
podcast.
Yeah, well.
we're just sneak peeking into geek glasses.
Geek
Geeks.
chic.
Geek
Geek
chic.
Geek.
Geek chic.
Get Greek. Eat Greek. Eat geek.
Wait, do you
Eat
guys talk
Greek.
about video game stuff?
No.
Okay. Mostly you talk about Eagle Scouts, I think.
Yeah, we talk about a lot about that. A lot
Eagle
about
Scouts and Mountain
politics.
Dew.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Eagle Scouts and Mountain Dew, like God intended. I
We
saw
just do
somebody.
big lines of like Dorito dust.
Oh.
You know?
Dorito dust.
You
I
lick
saw
each other's
somebody.
Dorito fingers.
I saw somebody.
Yes, they do.
That's the special
after
content.
show.
Yeah.
I saw somebody made an AI. They had AI. They had AI draw or whatever, create art of like mountain men that were harvesting Mountain Dew.
Yeah, the shiny green.
Listen,
in these green bottles.
I gotta do that.
Anyway, that was pretty funny. So, Super Mario Brothers 3, 100%. Summoning Salt.
I gotta write this down.
You think it's a good idea?
Yeah, I think that Super Mario 3. That particular episode was great.
Because how many hours of Super Mario Brothers 3 did you play?
A lot.
Yeah.
So I remember when we beat it. You remember when I beat it.
I do remember when you
Yeah.
did it. I was there.
So it was probably like these guys are doing it in an hour and 10.
I have beaten the game since then.
I don't care if you beat it or not.
I have, though.
Okay.
Recently.
That's fine. Recently, for the first time recently.
Maybe.
I had to.
Maybe.
So I don't know, 6th grade or something like that, and I'm playing it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like further than I've ever been. And Mom comes home. I'm like getting ready to fight Bowser.
Yeah.
Mom comes home, and she's like, "Everybody, put on your shoes. I've got groceries." Meaning we all have to go outside
She
and get
doesn't
groceries.
understand how important this is.
This is a big deal. I had to pause the game and go get groceries.
Wow, that's messed up.
I came back and beat it.
Of course.
And-
It might have been just what you needed to just kind of recollect
break,
your,
yeah.
you know, and just kind of.
And then Mega Man, you know that. We remember that one.
Yeah, I do remember.
We
Matt
paused
Silver.
it. I woke up like at 5 a.m. I might have stayed up.
I think
all
you
night
just
Saturday.
stayed up all night playing. in the
And so
basement.
I get to the point where I'm like, I'm Mega Man, and I'm
Mega
right,
Man 1 is hard to beat. By
very
the way.
difficult.
Yeah.
So I'm at a spot where it's like I can't get past it. So I hit pause. We go to church, and I tell this guy that I'm, Sunday school with, and he tells me how to beat it.
Yeah, there's a trick.
There's a little trick you have to
Because
do.
if you were a subscriber to Nintendo Power Magazine,
Like he was.
but we were rich, so we didn't have Nintendo Power Magazine.
We're what the rich call poor.
I don't know what the rich call us, but we're not currently that. But yeah.
I
So
stole
anyway,
that.
Summoning
That's not
Salt,
right.
it's very good. I encourage anybody
Yeah,
to watch
Super
it.
Mario 3. What's the guy's name? Salty?
Summoning Salt. Salty.
Summoning-
yeah, his
yeah.
name's Salty.
Salty. Remember
Um,
Salty?
My Netflix suggestion of the week is a movie. You can see it on Amazon Prime. It's called The Phantom of the Open. Based on a true story, Jason.
Okay.
This is about a guy, I want to say in the 60s, in the 70s?
The 1960s?
No, the 1660s.
Oh, okay.
No, the 1960s. He just decides one day that he's going to get into golf. Never golfed before. He's like, his kids are like grown, like he's older.
Yeah.
And he's going to enter, he finds out that he can enter the British Open, but then has to kind of slightly lie on his resume to get out there. So he goes out there and he makes it to like the opening round of the British Open, and then shoots the worst score that anybody's ever shot at the British Open. And they're upset because he's making a mockery of this thing. Well, then he keeps on finding ways, like different disguises and different things to sign up for the British Open, and he keeps on doing the same thing over and over again. And anyway, it's called The Phantom of the Open. It was suggested to me by my mother-in-law. It's funny, but it's not a comedy.
Yeah.
It might make you cry.
Documentary?
It'll make you laugh. No, it's a movie. It's a film.
It's real.
It's real.
No, it's based on a real story?
It's based on a real story.
So it really happened?
Yeah, and they showed like clips of the guy at the end. Like it
Okay.
really did happen.
Okay.
So it was a really good movie. Very good movie.
Do you prefer movies real or like total fairy tale, fairyland, whatever?
Depends on what mood I'm in. I'm not going to answer that. I refuse to answer that question. I won't have you put me in that box. Jesse, have you been watching anything?
Yeah, I watched a movie called it's kind of a funny story. It's on Netflix. It's about this kid who...
What's it called?
It's kind of a funny story.
I'm sure it's hilarious.
That's
What's the movie called?
That's what it's called. And it's what it's called. It's called It's Kind of a
It's a
Funny
bit of
Story.
an Abbott Costello bit.
Yeah. I guess.
Anyway,
who's on first?
Yes, we get the
That-
bit. Do
Oh,
your
no,
thing.
I was just checking. I don't know.
yeah, sure.
What's
Anyway.
on second? I don't know. Who's on
I
third.
don't know.
Third base.
But it's about a kid who is depressed, and he says he wants to kill himself. He goes to the doctor without his parents' permission, and he gets admitted to this like psych ward type.
And they said, you're
And
really a
it's-
girl.
No,
No, okay.
no.
We're going to take care of that right now.
But he has to go into the adult side because the juvenile side is like under construction. It has Zach Galifianakis in it.
That is the dumbest.
I don't understand what's...
The premise,
We're going to have to go with the adults because the juvenile side is under construction.
Yeah.
Okay.
but it has Zach Galifianakis in it, and he's like one of the main characters. And basically, the kid ends up like finding purpose. And
Is this a
meaning.
comedy?
Nah,
What
there's
is
some
this?
funny parts.
Is this based on a real story?
I don't know. It didn't say based on a true story at the beginning.
Was it kind of a funny story?
It kinda. That's yeah. Yeah.
So the name name lines up.
Yeah, and so it was good. It was a change of pace. We normally don't watch it. It's not a fast movie. It's kind of like a
I
slower.
like a slow movie.
It's a decent slow movie.
I
but
like a slow drip.
yeah, normally Savannah's not into it. Normally it has to be like action or really funny.
Yeah.
And so I thought like, I don't know, 10 minutes in, like Savannah's going to tell us to change it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was pretty good.
See, Savannah is, how do I say this? She's,
Tread lightly, she listens.
her life is obviously because of decisions that she made in the past about who she was going to spend her time with, is not everything that she dreamed that it could be.
No.
And so she likes to escape her humdrum world, with movie stars, exciting things,
Yeah.
funny people, good-looking people, stuff that she doesn't get a lot of in her normal everyday life.
Yeah.
That's why she likes that sort of thing.
That's why we watched Baywatch
Did you?
a couple weeks ago. The newer one with The Rock and Zac Efron.
The Rock's in it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a movie?
Yeah,
Oh. Do they have slow motion running on the beach?
they do.
Okay. Well, that's what Baywatch
Of
is.
The Rock.
Yeah.
The Rock.
I rewound it like 4 times.
Have you seen that new movie that The Rock's in where he plays that wrestler and he looks completely different? They gave him all this facial
No.
makeup. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Nuts. It's a movie with, I think, Zac Efron.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Preston, are you watching anything?
I went to the drive-in last weekend and saw If.
I don't
Okay.
know what that is.
It's
It's John Krasinski, Jim from The Office. It's an animated movie?
it has some animation in it. Yeah.
Okay. And what's it about?
It's very misleading. The movie's actually very depressing.
Oh.
I don't want to see
But it's pretty much just like girl had like an imaginary
So
friend.
that's the kind of movie Savannah wouldn't want to see because that's
Exactly.
like every day for me. She's
yeah.
what she
She's
would
like,
say.
man,
Yeah.
I keep on talking to my imaginary friend because Jesse doesn't listen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right.
What?
Okay.
But
Hey,
Yeah.
speaking of The Office, though,
Yeah.
did you guys see that they're coming out with another season?
Well, they
It's
said it's
Jim.
Listen,
But
but they said it follows a struggling newspaper in the Midwest. That's
it's Jim and Dwight leading it.
Are they?
That's what it said.
Oh, okay.
Because I even saw an interview with Steve Carell where Stephen Colbert was like, "Are you gonna make an appearance?" And he said, "No, probably not."
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same like cast,
right.
I think.
I'm interested.
Me too. I'm like
It's going to be awful.
probably.
I'm going to give it a shot.
You can't recreate the magic.
You ever heard of a guy named Fraser Crane? Knocks it out of the park on Cheers. And then, oh, wait a minute. Here's the greatest comedy ever made. Frasier. 10 amazing seasons of perfection. Sitcom perfection. The jokes. The joke writing on Frasier is good. It's good joke writing. And I'll stand behind it. Yeah. So, and then now he's got another Frasier show. So he's done it 3 times.
I stand corrected.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Clip that.
All right. Well, I mean, that's about a show.
That's the title of the show.
That's about it.
About a
No,
show.
the show is liberals with the...
Did I talk
Liberals
about...
sleep with hot dogs.
Liberals are in bed with the big hot
Did I
dogs.
talk
Big hot
about 3 liters yet?
No, save it. No, we did.
Did we talk about 3
I think we
liters?
did last week.
Okay.
I think we did.
I'll talk about later, another time. I ever played chicken with somebody on the road, like for real? Like,
Oh, yeah.
they were there and you were there, and
Yeah.
one of you had to back down.
No, I never back down.
Actually, I said that Erica was with me, and I literally, this guy was not backing down.
Yeah.
And I said, if Jason was here,
I wouldn't move. I would
know.
die there.
I know. I think this guy was the same as you. Like, you should have seen the look he gave
hope
me.
someday
He
I could be in
literally-
that situation.
He was driving the wrong way on Mount Vernon in the construction.
You better believe.
I know.
Listen,
I know.
I'm
He
in the
was driving
right.
the wrong way.
Insurance claim, baby.
And I came up, and he came up, and he just stopped. He put his car in park. He was smoking a cigarette. He rolled down his window, and he put it out his window, just waiting. And I'm like, I actually had to be somewhere, and I looked at Erica, and she's like, "What are you gonna do?" I'm like, I don't want to do this, but I'm just gonna get out of the way because I don't have this. I can't let this guy ruin my life because I actually have to be somewhere. But you definitely would have. You definitely would have.
I would still be
The
there
look he gave
right
me,
now.
And the truth is, if a cop came, then
He's in the wrong.
He's in the wrong
Yeah.
because he's going the wrong way. So anyway.
Let's ask Ray Grogan on about that.
I'd love to talk to Ray. Oh, you didn't see the link I sent you about the Wendy's thing?
What link?
Somebody got into a wreck turning left on Wendy's.
Nuh-uh.
And Mayor and Crime Chronicles posted about it, and they said that's why you don't turn left at Wendy's.
I so wish they didn't
They
ban me.
posted a whole thing about it and said that's because I was looking for Ray Grogan content on Mayor and Crime Chronicles.
Yeah.
And I came across that, and I was like, this Jason made this happen. You're changing the world. Woo! All right,
Let's
that's
go!
the show. Let's go.
Hey, let's go.
Get used to it.
Let's go, baby.
This is Dan Sunow for Jason, reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Sit, Bubba, sit. Good dog.
I've spoken.
Good night, Lauer Patch Kids. I still hate Flint Dibble. That'll be the last time I bring that up, though. Probably not. I still see his stuff on Facebook.